England manager Sarina Wiegman has shut down any suggestions that the integrity of their game against Scotland tomorrow is in doubt. It is a crunch tie as England need to win and hope that another result goes their way to have any chance of topping their Nations League group in order to take a step towards Olympic qualification for Team GB. We can go live to Gail Davis, who's at Hampden Park for us. Gail, it's such an interesting story. What has the England manager had to say about the questions that are very much surrounding this game at the moment?
Yeah, very good afternoon, Emma. It's a strange scenario that Sarina Wiegman finds herself in. One she says that she's never had in her career before. And the Netherlands head coach raised his concerns on Friday after England had beaten them at Wembley, saying how can Scotland truly go out and win this game and try and perform at their very best when they know that some of their players, the Olympics qualification is at stake tomorrow evening. For her part, Wiegman and Kira Walsh were pretty bullish in their response. They said, don't question the professionalism of these players and don't question what this game means to them and how desperate both teams are to win tomorrow.
Well, I understand the conversations about it, but if you have seen our group and if you have seen Scotland and if you know the history Scotland-England, then there's no way that they are going to give away this game. They really want to beat England and we want to beat them, of course. So, yes, there's such a rivalry that that's absolutely not going to be the case. We saw it when we played in England and, yeah, that's what it's going to be.
Yeah, I guess people didn't really necessarily look this far forward, did they, and think that this would be the crunch game. In an ideal world, you probably wouldn't want to sit again, would you? Because there is always that question. You know,
yeah, but I don't have the solution to. So this is the first time we play the Nations League. And how are you going to solve this situation? Maybe you don't want them in the same group, but then if Scotland would top the other group and we would top a group and we go into the finals, you have the same situation. So this is not an easy solution, and it's just about fair play, about football, and in football everyone wants to win, and we know the rivalry between Scotland and England. So that's just the way it is right now.
What Kira Walsh also said is her maths isn't great, so Sarina Wiegman will try and spell it out to the players as best possible. 4 goals more than the Netherlands if they are beating Belgium is essentially it. And what Walsh said about that second half comeback was that England proved to themselves that they can score big goals when it really mattered, and they would take that confidence through. Friday night, good games in terms of attack. It was at the other end, wasn't it? Mary Earps held her hands up and said, look, I'm sorry I've let my teammates down. That second Netherlands goal, not her finest kind of moment for the side. But, you know, we spoke to Sarina about it on Friday, and I think she's much more of herself. The players have got around her over the last little while, and even sort of cracking a few jokes at breakfast. And so I think they both feel that she's going to be ready to deliver when it matters tomorrow night.
She's all right, you know, and as I said Friday, sometimes people make mistakes. And she has been so consistent, and she's done such a great job. So this is not who she is. It's just a mistake.
Mary saved us in so many situations, even myself in the World Cup final. You know, I gave away a penalty and she saved it. So I think for me, she's always been there in the big moments for us. So she really doesn't need to take that on herself. I think it has to go past 10 other players before it gets to her. I think there was numerous mistakes leading up to that one. So she really doesn't need to put it on herself. And she's in good spirits now. I think even at breakfast this morning, you know, she was making jokes about it. So I think she's in a good space, and she knows what she has to do in the game tomorrow. And Mary's delivered before, so I'm pretty sure she'll deliver again.
Sarina Wiegman was asked which minute she might throw the kitchen sink at the game, throw all her forwards on and absolutely go for it. And she said, you know what? I want to go wild from minute 1. She said, but in a controlled way and in possession, because that's how I believe that England can get the job done. And if they can get the job done with a very big scoreline, they will stay in contention to be at next year's Paris Olympics.
Yeah, big game. Gail, thanks very much. Go and get warm, go and get dry. We'll speak to you soon.